Having a strong foundation is vital to keeping safe as we flow through our poses, to keeping our bodies in alignment and to keep safety and security, protect our bodies. So that's what we're focusing on today. Strong foundations, lots of really strong strength in the legs whilst we do creative, flowy things on top, keeping that strength down below. Enjoy. So coming to the top of the mat, and can you ground yourself in this Tadasana mountain pose from the feet up? So maybe just lift your toes and then place them back down on the mat, spreading them as much as you can. A little bend in the knees, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chest, hands facing forward. Standing up really nice and tall, like there is a string pulling you up towards the ceiling. So really tall, long spine. And take a deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then as you next inhale, reach your arms all the way up and grab a hold of opposite elbow. And we're going to inhale, reach up through the chest, almost like a mini back bend here, rolling the shoulders back and kind of moving this whole position with your arms back beside the ears or even a little further. And then with your next exhale, can you take this shape over to the right? But can you keep your foundation steady and strong? So the only thing that's moving is this top part of your body. Keep your legs the same. Keep your hips facing the front. And then inhale, reach it up to center. Exhale, take it over to the left. Just finding these side bends, starting to lengthen the body. Can you keep weight pressing into that right foot, even as you start to lean to the left? Keep stable and strong through the bottom of the body. Inhale, reach all the way up. Now we're going to take our arms out to a T shape. You may have one hand into the wall. Our right arm is going to come up and over, and our left arm is going to sweep all the way back, and they're going to reach towards each other. Now, they might clasp, they might find kind of the grip of each other, but I want you to really focus on keeping this length in the spine. So if you're reaching, but it's making you arch your back like this, can you separate the hands a bit? Can you find this length through the spine, this slight tuck of the tailbone? Keep up tall and straight while you reach towards your fingers. And you're kind of opening both of these arms out so they're not curled in and curved around the face. Roll the shoulders back. Keep that straight spine. Oh yeah, juicy arm stretching for the beginning. We've got to stretch into those things that are going to be our foundations. Our arms and our legs used a lot in yoga to keep us up. So giving it the due diligence at the beginning. Reach the arms back out to a T, and this time left arm comes up and over, right hand sweeps up and behind. Now it's very normal to be very different on each side for this, which I don't know, completely non-proven, but I reckon is a lot to do with maybe holding a bag on one side of the body. Lots and lots of different things happen to each side. So if like me, now it's really not as easy to find a clasp, just breathe with it. Don't let it kind of affect you or let you judge yourself for it. Can you just reach those hands as much as possible? Remember about this slight tuck of the tailbone to keep this spine nice and long. Avoid arching. Find that really tall, straight spine. Keep pressing the arms back, rolling the shoulders back. And then release the arms all the way. Take a little wiggle. And as we inhale, we're going to reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, can you find a cactus shape? Opening the elbows up to the side, reaching that chest up. Inhale, lift the arms back up. And as you exhale, hands clap together, come through heart center as you press the bum back and fold all the way down. We're going to find that little routine a couple of times in various positions through this routine, but we'll come through it a couple more times so that you can kind of start to feel into it. So we're dangling here in our forward fold, we're pressing the weight forward. Can you still feel that steadiness through the feet? So notice if you're kind of slipping either way, forward, back, front, side, whatever, and just kind of really steady yourself. Find that grounding as the hips press forward over the heels. Inhale, lift your hands to your shins. Find a lift here. Roll the shoulders back, press back through the bum. Exhale, release it back down, forward fold. Take a bend into the knees. And inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, open up to that cactus. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands clap together, come through heart center, press back through the bum as we fold. Inhale, hands lift to shins, find that lift. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, rise, bring the arms all the way up. One more time, exhale, find that cactus shape. Inhale, lift the arms, clap them together. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Lovely. Inhale, hands come to shins, find a lift. Exhale, release it down. Now this time we're going to plant our hands, so you might have a little bit of a bend in the knees. We're going to step back with our left foot into a lunge, so find a little lift of the chest, and then we're going to send this right leg all the way up to three-legged dog. Can you point those right toes down towards the mat? So squaring off the hips. Wonderful. Okay, bring your knee in towards your nose and step that foot through between the hands. We're going to rise all the way up to a lunge shape. So just take your time. You might keep your hands grounded for a little bit to space out with the feet. Make sure you've got that grounding, that steadiness, and then start to rise. This is going to become a familiar theme for the next however long we're together, of really feeling this steadiness, this strength in the legs, while our arms are kind of free to be a bit more creative and flowy up top. So find this strength. Can you sit into this lunge? You might bend that back knee and then almost press forward like a little thrust with your hips, and then start to straighten that leg, but stop straightening it when you start to move out of it. So really sinking here. Can you reach the arms up? My legs are already shaking, so you may be with me. As we exhale, can you open your elbows, find that cactus shape? Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, bring hands down through heart center. Inhale, rise the arms, reach them up. Keep those legs steady, keep them the same. Exhale, find that cactus shape. Open the elbows wide. Inhale, rise the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. One more time like this. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, find that cactus. Inhale, rise the arms. Exhale, come down through heart center. Now we're going to start to shift the weight forward and lift this left knee into the chest. Yeah, and just take some little circles with your wrist, with your ankle. Ankle is on the foot, but actually take the wrists up in the air and just take some little circles with your wrists too. So foot circles, wrist circles. Yeah, let's free it up. Very much a part of our base and our foundation. Take them back the other way if you haven't already. So let's give them some time, some attention. Okay, step that left foot down and we're back in that Tadasana. So I just encourage you to, every time we come back here, to feel through it again. Press down through the feet, a little bend in the knees, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, palms facing forward. Standing up nice and tall, feeling that length in the spine. Inhale, let's lift the arms. Exhale, open the elbows, find that cactus shape, lift the chest. Inhale, rise the arms. Clap the hands together. Exhale, bring them down through heart center. Press the bum back. Fold it down. Inhale, lift your hands to shins. Find a half lift. Exhale, release. Press those hands down and step the right foot back to that lunge. Lift the chest. Sink into your lunge for a moment here. And then we're pressing the hands down into the mat, and this left leg is lifting high, three-legged dog. Point those toes down towards the mat. Lovely. Yes. Okay, bring that knee towards the nose and then step it through between the hands. Take your time, set up for your lunge in the best way possible, and reach it all the way up. This was the wrong day to have my hair half down. We might have to do an adjustment halfway through because it is so hot today, which is lovely because we don't get that often in the UK, so we have to appreciate it. But equally, we can't help but complain about it. We're not used to this. We don't know how to work and also be in the heat. Anyway, so make sure that your hips are pointing towards the front. Make sure that that front knee is stacked over the front ankle. Can you bend that back knee? Set this lunge up again, pressing forward with the hips, that almost little thrust motion that kind of switches on the front of your thigh. And then maybe starting to straighten that back leg, but noticing when it starts to change and just halting there. Lovely. Keep all of your toes connected to the ground. Keep that strength, that solidity, that stability. Lift the arms up. Exhale, open up the elbows. Find a cactus. Inhale, rise the arms. Exhale, bring them down through heart center. Twice more like this. Keep the legs the same. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus shape. Send the elbows wide. Inhale, lift, reach them up. Exhale, bring them down through heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Oh yeah, my legs are definitely aware we're here. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down through center. Okay, start to press the weight into the front foot. Lift the right knee up into the chest. Yes, start to take some ankle circles and then send those wrists up too. Get into those wrists and ankles. Nice. And then taking it back the other way. Feeling into the wobble too. Can you feel strong and stable in that left leg? Keep a little bend in that standing knee. Yes, and then step that foot all the way down. Lovely. Now, we're going to add a little bit more onto the end. So that same kind of vibe and where we're going, but adding a little bit more. So, feet coming back to that Tadasana, little bend in the knees, roll the shoulders back. I think there's something really lovely about like the repeated movements or kind of seeing the same sort of poses come back again and again, because it allows you to take it more naturally and be kind of more meditative with your movement. So that's hopefully what you get a bit of today. Roll the shoulders back, palms facing forward. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, send your elbows out, reach your chest up. Inhale, rise the arms. Exhale, they clap together, come through heart center, hinge that bum all the way back as you fold it down. Inhale, lift the hands to shins, find a half lift. Release the hands to the floor. We step left foot back into that lunge, and then right leg lifts high to the sky, three-legged dog. Turn those toes down towards the mat, so you're squaring off the hips. It might mean that your leg doesn't go so high, and that's totally cool and normal. Take a deep breath. Now bring that knee in towards the nose, so we're really kind of pressing up through the hands, and then step the foot all the way through. Adjust those feet, prepare, ready for that lunge shape. Reach the arms up, bending into the back leg, pressing forward with the hips, finding your shape and your steadiness down in the feet. And then exhale, send your elbows out to the side, cactus. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Now we're only doing one this time. We're going to ground that back foot and we're setting up for a warrior two. But before you put the arms anywhere, can you really focus on the legs? So setting up that right ankle is in line with the back ankle, but you're really pressing down into every corner of each foot. So quite often we can roll onto that left foot slightly. Can you press into the left-hand side of that back foot? Sink your hips, find this grounding. Like it might feel good to pick your toes up off the mat and then place them back down. Feel secure, then send the arms out to the side. Try and keep your torso central, even while everything is spreading out. Lovely. Okay, now keeping the same vibe of keeping this steadiness down in the bottom half, but some fluidity up in the top. Flip the front palm, reach it forward and take the arm back. We're keeping the legs the same. Reach that arm all the way back. Then we're gonna send that right arm forward, bring the hand down to the thigh or the forearm down to the thigh even. Lift the left arm open. So side angle here. Keeping the legs the same, but moving between these shapes. So inhale, let's bring it up to warrior two. Exhale, send it back, reverse warrior. Inhale, bring it up, warrior two. And exhale, send it back, side angle. One more time each way, bringing it up, warrior two. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, side angle. And then we're going to send the hands down around that front foot. We're going to step back to a plank, lower the knees, and then send the elbows back, bending the elbows back towards your toes as you lower yourself down. Oh, feels good to be face down on the mat after all that leg work. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers. We're thinking about foundation here. So even now that we're in a very different position with very different limbs as our base, can we start with the foundation? So press those hands down into the mat. Can you press your hips down into the mat? Can you press the tops of your feet down into the mat? Feel steady, feel stable, and then start to inhale, lift your chest, roll the shoulders back. The difference that it sometimes makes by just spending a little more time setting it up, it's quite remarkable. Exhale, release it all the way back down. And then we're going to press up to our knees, tuck our toes, and lift up to a downward facing dog, which I think might be our first. Done lots of three-legged dogs, but no downward dogs. So just take a moment here, maybe pedaling it out through the feet. Spreading those fingers, hinging your hips up towards the ceiling. Oh yeah, take an inhale, reach your hips higher. Take an exhale, sink your heels a little deeper. And then can you start to walk one foot at a time? And can you really press into the foundation? So each footprint that you make, like as if you were making footprints in sand or in snow, and you really want to imprint everything in. Make your way to the top. Lovely. And then just tuck your chin into your chest here as you dangle and gently roll yourself up. Coming all the way up, rolling the shoulders back. Okay, let's take it on the other side. So lift the arms, reach them up on the inhale. Exhale, bring your elbows wide, reach the chest up. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, hands come together through heart center as you press the bum back and fold it down. Inhale, lift your hands to your shins, find a lift. Exhale, release. We're stepping right foot back to that lunge, a quick open of the chest and sink of the hips. And then sending that left leg high, three-legged dog. Can you turn those toes down towards the mat, still pressing your hips up in that downward dog shape? And then bring that knee in towards the nose and step it through. Yes, set yourself up for greatness, for that lunge. Finding that connection with your feet, with the ground. Reach the arms all the way up. Oh boy, the legs are certainly knowing that they're here now. Bending into that back leg, thrusting the hips slightly forward, pressing, lengthening that back leg. On your exhale, open the elbows, find that lift in your cactus. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring them down through heart center. Then we're going to ground that back foot And again, take a moment, no hands yet, set your feet up, find that alignment, heel to heel, press into every corner of your foot. That knee, that front knee is turning out towards the little toe side of the foot. Reach the arms up when you've got that stability, that stableness. Bring your torso as kind of central as you can. As you reach the arms out, maybe gazing back at that back arm to make sure it's in line with the front. Now keep this position with the legs. Let's flip the front palm, reach it forward, take it back, reverse warrior. Bring it up through center, warrior two, and then bring that left forearm to left thigh, right arm reaches over, side angle. Let's move with our breath, keep the legs the same. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Got one more in you? Let's do it. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, and then spiral those hands around that front foot. Step it back to a plank. Knees down to the floor. Elbows come back towards the toes as you sit it all the way down. Set yourself up for that cobra. Spread your fingers. Really feel like you're grounding through your hands, pressing every inch of them into the mat. Hips press down, tops of feet press down. Inhale, rise. Maybe a little taller than before. Roll those shoulders back. Shoulder blades almost trying to meet each other. Press those hips down. Deep breath. And then exhale, release. And this time, we're going to press back to our knees, but take them as wide as the mat and find a child's pose. Or equally, if child's pose is not a comfortable pose for you, find something that is. So lying out flat on your belly, maybe. Anything else, being in a kind of all fours shape, coming up to a seat. Anything that feels good, whatever pose you're in, you're releasing and breathing. We've got one more little bit of work and then we are going to bring it back down. So just take a couple of breaths. Notice if me saying that we've got a little bit more work to do is bringing up anything for you in your mind. It's just interesting to notice sometimes if that stresses us out, if that excites us. What are the feelings that are going with it? You don't need to do anything about them, just notice. And then look up towards your fingertips and start to move yourself up, bringing knees back under hips, hands in front of shoulders, tuck toes, back into that downward facing dog. And we're going to step it up like before, pressing each foot down into the mat like it's imprinting. Every single inch of that foot comes into contact with the floor until you're in your forward fold, Uttanasana. And then tuck your chin into your chest and roll yourself all the way up. Roll the shoulders back. Okay, so this next bit, we're going to use the arm movements that we've been doing, so that cactus, that reach, that bringing back to heart center, but we're going to integrate it into some balances. I'm going to give you a couple of options because they're really challenging. I think balances are always challenging because it just totally depends on how we're feeling. It's so affected by kind of everything else that's going on around us, how tired we are, all sorts of things. So yeah, just go with it. Give you a couple of options. We'll see how we go. Is at the top of your mat. I'm coming a bit back so that I don't crash into quite so many plants. Okay. press through your left foot. Really kind of make your left foot heavy. You might lift the toes, press them back down. Feel really solid in your left foot. Bring your right knee into your chest. You might give it a quick hug. Really bring it in towards you. Okay, we're going to keep this knee up and we're going to find that movement with our arms. So inhaling to lift the arms up. Exhale, find that cactus. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. So you're finding something still to gaze upon, and that's going to help you balance. Keep breathing, keep moving. So you're either going to stay here, you know the arm movement by now, we're bringing it up on the inhale, exhaling to find that cactus, inhaling to reach up, exhaling to bring hands down through heart center, or you're going to start to shift this. So you're going to start to take that right leg back behind you, turning the toes down towards the mat. We're in a warrior 3 variation, and then can you reach the arms all the way up? Still haven't brought myself away from the plants. Exhale, find a cactus. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, bring hands down through heart center. Bring the knee into the chest and step it down. It's really challenging, right? Really challenging. We're going to take one more. That same thing, that same leg, your choice, okay? Which one you want to come to. I am going to go with this one, standing at the top of the mat. But you know where you're going. If you're taking that leg back behind you, can you point those toes, flex the foot, and point those toes down towards the mat, just like we're doing in those 3-legged dogs. Okay, so either there with the hand movements, or you're coming with me, you're bringing the right knee into the chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, really reach them. Exhale, find that cactus. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Yes, and then place that foot back down. Take a breath. Take a breath. We're going to go to the other side, but do just take a moment. Any little circles that you want to do with your feet, with your arms. There's lots to think about, right? It might not seem like a lot, especially because we've been doing these arm movements and probably not thinking that much about them. Thinking about the legs, thinking about what's going on down there, and actually the difficulty of keeping balance when we're moving is suddenly here. Okay, so pressing now down into that right foot, spreading the toes, finding that secure space, lifting the left knee into the chest. And just hugging it in, just saying hello, you're not scary. What we're about to do, even though we know now, is fine. And we'll all start with our knee up like this, inhaling, lifting the arms. Exhale, find a cactus. Inhale, reach the arms. And exhale, bring it down through heart center. Then you've got the option of swinging that leg back, pressing it back behind you, toes facing down, flexing that foot. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, find that cactus shape. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Yes, and then bring that knee in and step it down. Take a breath. We've got one more time on that side. Either option. I'm going to take that first one. You can take that warrior 3 version as well. You know where we're going now. Take a moment and then press down into that right foot. I find balancing really challenging. Always have done. More for the mind, especially in like a group setting where I'm in a studio and loads of people are balancing with legs all up and I just keep falling over. And it's really hard, right? Because you have to just keep picking yourself back up and keep being okay with it. And there's always the fear that you're going to fall. Even if it's not a fear that you're going to hurt yourself, the fear of letting yourself down or whatever else we kind of fill our mind with reasons. So it is tough. Anyway. Bring this left knee into the chest. If you're going into that warrior 3, you're taking it back behind you, flexing the foot, reaching the toes down. Wherever you are, you're inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhaling, elbows wide, find a cactus. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring them down through heart center. And ground that foot back down. Any little shakes, shaking it off. And then you're going to bring your feet together, kind of like toes pointing out, feet in. Rise up to your tiptoes. You can bring your hands to heart center here. And then slowly start to bend the knees and bring yourself down. And then can you release your hands between your legs? And you might let your knees open a little to the side as you fold yourself down in this little squat variation. Just let yourself fold. And taking a deep breath here. And then gently, you might come and rock down to your bum. You might do it in a slightly different way. But we're coming down to a seat. We're leaving some space behind us because if you would like, we're going to take a couple of rocks and rolls here. Hands behind thighs, rocking and rolling a couple of times up and down the mat. If this doesn't feel good to you, just bring yourself down to the mat. Bring those soles of the feet to the mat with you. So when you're done, I always feel like I could do it all day. Continue, continue, continue. I once said that in a class as well. I was like, oh yeah, keep going for as long as you want. And then a good 30 seconds into it, I was like, well, actually, we do need to go somewhere else. So if you could stop now, as many times as you want within reason. Okay, let's hug the right knee into the chest. And just keep that left foot to the ground for a moment while you snuggle that knee all the way in. And then we're going to bring our hands behind this thigh. Now, if you know that you feel quite comfortable extending that left leg, then you can go ahead and extend that left leg. But I'm just giving you the option. If this is newer to you, keep that left foot connected to the mat. And what we're going to do as we inhale is reach this right foot up towards the ceiling, maybe flexing it, pressing it as if it's kind of walking on the ceiling. And then we're going to gently lower it. Just bring it back down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it back down. And then this final time, can you keep it there? So reach it up and keep it there. Now you might have this foot connected to the ground. You might have that leg out long, just creates more space between the legs. This top leg, you can see mine isn't completely straight. Doesn't need to be straight. It's more important that you're snuggling your shoulders down to the mat and you can create some kind of some activity by pulling your thigh in towards you as you press your thigh back into your hands. Yeah, feel that light up. So keep breathing here deeply. I like to flex my foot and press the heel up towards the ceiling. And then gently release that right knee and bring it all the way back into the chest. And just really hug it in. You might take some little circles with your ankle. If this left foot is to the floor, can you extend it all the way now? So everyone has that left foot reaching long. And then you're going to bring your right arm to the floor, out to a T shape or to a cactus shape. Left hand is going over the top of that knee, and then you're easing that knee over to the left to find a twist here. Maybe you gaze back over your right fingertips, just as far as it will go. No need to kind of really pressure it down. It doesn't need to touch the floor, nothing like that. Just ease it over as far as feels good. If you've got props around you and you're used to using props, it's a great opportunity to kind of put a block underneath your knee and give it a bit more support so it's not floating so much. But equally, it's totally fine as long as kind of nothing is in pain. Totally fine to be here. Take one more breath. And then gently bring your knee back to center. And can you just bring your left knee in too and give them both a squeeze, a hug, reaching them in. Okay, the left foot is going to come to the floor. We're hugging that right knee No, that's the one we just did. Switch it up. Left knee's going to come in, right foot to the floor. Same again on the same side. No, thank you. And then we're going to place the hands behind that left thigh. And just again, like we did before, you could have already extended that right leg. If you know that that's where you feel comfortable, you just kind of don't want to, like, if you feel like you're straining and your body is reaching up or anything weird is happening in your lower back, it might just feel a bit more secure to have that right foot to the floor. As we inhale, lift that left leg, extend it, reach it long, flex that foot. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach the foot up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach the foot up. Exhale, bend. And then this time, we're going to reach that leg up and keep it there. So you could now at this stage take that right leg long. You're snuggling those shoulders back onto the ground. You're pulling the thigh closer in towards you while pressing the thigh into your hands. So my leg is shaking. Taking a lot of energy, pressing those shoulders back onto the ground. Stretching out these legs a bit, these poor legs that have been working so hard and now are in some intense stretches, but I promise it will feel good on the other side. And then gently bring that knee all the way in. Now, if your right leg isn't already extended, can you reach it all the way out for our twist? Hug that left knee in. Left hand comes out to the side in a cactus or a T shape. Right hand snakes over the top of the knee and then gently releases it over to the right. Anchoring that left shoulder down into the ground. Maybe gazing over the left fingertips. Just finding a twist into the body. As we start to bring it down. If you did it on the other side, any props, any other things that you'd like to bring along, and go ahead. Just using this opportunity as well to come back to the breath. Focus a little more on it. Okay, on your next inhale, gently bring this knee back into center and bring the right knee to join it. Hug them both in. And then let's finish with a happy baby. So bringing the knees wide, sending the arms up the inside of the legs, holding on to the little toe side of the feet, shining the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. You can find some movement here. If it feels quite nice to stretch and bend each leg, then go ahead. But equally, I think for me, still often feels the best for this, for me. Anything that feels good. And then gently release the feet. Let the legs go long. I'm already there. I'm already in my shavasana. I'm losing my words already. Lay yourself out long. And it can be whatever shape feels serving to you. So could be legs out long. When I'm in shavasana, I always make my legs pretty wide, arms pretty wide, taking up space. But you could bring the soles of the feet together. We've done a lot of kind of leg stuff, so it might feel quite nice to open up the hips in a slightly different way. I encourage you to stay here for as long as you can give yourself, because it's just lovely to finish with kind of more connection to the breath and a bit of calming. You could tune into one of my meditations and finish with a meditation. That would be really nice. The grounding meditation at the end of this would be really good. But anyway, thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. It means a lot to me. I get very excited about seeing those numbers go up. And I hope to see you again soon.